What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we got for you some volleyball quickness training. So really working on a quick first step for lateral and linear change of direction. And then obviously some strength and power training, full body. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays. And make sure you subscribe to catch all of them, and it really supports the channel. So please do. All right, hope you guys like it. First thing, we're doing some mobility. So first thing is we're gonna be opening up our hips. So we're going hip switches, sit on the ground, feet stay on the floor. Make sure you don't have your hands on the ground if you can. If you have to, then you can put them back there. After those, we're gonna get into groiners. So you're just gonna bring one foot up outside the arm, just kind of like stretch out the hips a little bit, get into that plank, or get into that like shoulder mobility a little bit as well. But these are a great way to open up the hips in a more, I think, dynamic way. And plus, I can do them better than I can do hip switches, so that means I like them more. And then after that, we're doing plank airplanes. This one's really gonna be great for shoulder mobility, thoracic mobility. So open up, pivot, watch it with your eyes, core stays tight, keep your stability. First exercise, we're doing line hops, go figure. So line hops, double leg, and then single leg. A big part of quickness is having a very strong foot ankle complex. Big thing when you do this, make sure you don't drag your feet. Notice how Spencer is jumping every single time. It's just about how fast you can move your feet. Our feet, our ankles, that's the foundation. Everything starts there. So even if you have very strong hip extension, strong legs, whatever it is, it's without strong feet and strong ankles, you know, your house is gonna crumble even if the roof is strong, the foundation sucks. So make sure your feet and your ankles are strong doing exercises like this. After line hops, we're doing broad jumps. So we're starting off, nothing crazy, double leg broad jumps, stick it every time. Make sure you have a very good landing. Make sure your knees don't cave in. Make sure you're not slapping the ground. Soft, slope. A big part of broad jumps is being able to kind of float. Don't mind the airplane. You kind of want to float as you're going forward, but we're gonna go continuous this time. So one leads to the next. Make sure you're not galloping, right? Jump off 2 feet the entire time, but just make it more continuous. Bye-bye. After double, we're going single leg. Make sure I don't need it crazy far, right? The biggest part here is just making sure that you can stabilize and that you can land it well. A big part of single leg.
Bad timing.
A big part of single leg jumping, like, isn't necessarily how far you can get, right? Like, we'll work on that and that'll come with time. But you have to make sure you can land it well and under control. So make sure your knee doesn't come in, really squeeze your glutes, slight knee bend, absorb it, grab the ground with your toes. So make sure you hit each leg. Continuous now. Once again, not crazy far, just one leads to the next. Don't be out of control. If you can't tell, we have hurdles now. Going double leg, just over. If you need to stick for a sec, you can, or if you can just ping on through, ping through. If you have to stick, you can, but try to get to the point where you can just jump, jump, jump right on through. Like Spency poo. Next progression, we're doing hurdle jumps with a rebound, hence the cone. So you're gonna jump, instead of going into another hurdle jump, you're just gonna do a small rebound over the cones, get out, get ready to go into the next one. You guys have seen us do this one a couple videos back. I love this exercise currently. So we're doing a hurdle jump, getting into a lateral drive, jumping over this hurdle, lateral drive, jump over this hurdle. For something like volleyball, you have a lot of lateral movements where you just have to kind of drop your hips and shuffle, drive to the side, get there. Sometimes, a lot of times, you know, depending on your position, producing another jump. So great exercise to absorb and go. All right, we're doing 3-way cones. So we're gonna jump straight into agility. So that means he's reacting to an external cue. So he's gonna be in the middle on his toes. I'm gonna say left, right, or up. Whatever I call, he has to get there, get back, get ready for the next call. So the key here, you don't necessarily, he was ready. You don't necessarily have to get all the way to the cone, right? I'm more concerned how quickly can you move your hips, right? Get your hips in front of the opponent, the ball, whatever you gotta do, right? Get there, get back, do not get stuck, have good form, okay? So you ready? Right, right, left, up, left,
Left. Up. Right. Right. Left. Up.
All right, final thing for this portion before we're gonna lift, we're getting even more reactive, okay? So now instead of my cue, we're going with tennis balls. So we're changing it up a little bit. You're gonna be in the middle of those 2 cones. You're going to shuffle where the tennis ball is thrown, like to which cone, catch it, toss it back. So we're doing that a couple times with 1 tennis ball. At any point with the 2nd tennis ball, we're gonna toss it up. So when that one gets tossed up, you have to get there as fast as you can. Catch it before it bounces. Give the video a thumbs up for Spencer today. He's having one. Okay, I lied. This is the final progression. Same thing, instead of tossing 1 tennis ball though, we're gonna drop it off the ground, make it a little bit harder. All right, we are starting off trap bar squats. We're going moderately heavy, not crazy, but moderately. We got 4 reps. Big thing with trap bar, right? Use your glutes, sit back almost. I want that bar to travel in a straight line. Big chest, okay? Make sure you're not rocking too far forward. Full hip extension at the top. Get your hips all the way through. After trap bar, we're going speed pull. So hips down, stand as fast as you can, okay? If you go fast enough, it's gonna rock you on your toes. Totally fine, full extension, love to see that. So 2 of them, reset in between each, just pull as fast as you can. All right, for the 3rd exercise of this series, we're doing a med ball overhead toss to a soccer throw. So you can use your legs, drive that med ball straight up, let it bounce, catch it off the bounce, and then get into a soccer throw. We have 2 of them, so you can take a step. Just make sure you switch off legs each time. So core stays tight, arms overhead, full extension, use your abs right as hard as you can, throw that ball in. Med ball stuff's really great to work on full body power, especially like for volleyball players, deceleration with the shoulder after power. 2A, we're starting with pull-ups. This is an amazing exercise. I say this all the freaking time. Even though they're hard and most people I train hate them. They're so good for upper body, for core, just especially for overhead athletes. Building up the strength in your back, supporting your rotator cuff, your shoulders is so important. So if you can't do regular pull-ups, banded, lat pull down, just get that pull-up motion. After pull-ups, we're going a single arm landmine press. I like to go split stance. If you want to go square, you can. Make sure your glutes stay tight, core stays tight. Drive that bar straight up. Make sure you kind of push yourself through at the end. Landmine is an incredibly amazing exercise for everyone, but especially overhead athletes, because you get that scapular rotation as you're doing your pressing movement. Super safe, super great. 2C, we're going band pullovers. Usually you'll see us do this for mobility, but I like to do it a lot for athletes kind of as a health exercise, corrective exercise. Step on it with a foot, does not matter which foot. Straight-ish arms, slight bend in the elbow, and you're just gonna be pulling that band straight up over your head. Make sure your shoulders don't raise up. All right, keep them down. Don't let them scrunch by your ears. All right, we're doing cable pull through. So if you don't have a cable, you can do any type of hip extension exercise. So gonna hold cable between your legs. Yes, we know it looks kind of awkward. Let your hips pull back without losing balance. So load it up and then drive your hips through as hard as you can. 3B, we're doing lateral lunges. So if you notice, this workout's not crazy, right? We don't have any crazy technical lifts. It's just about the basics, building strength, transferring it to power, making it sports specific, right? But you really do want to make sure you get things in all planes of motion. So working a lateral lunge is an amazing exercise to get that frontal plane. Make sure you sit back a little bit, load it up in your glutes. Make sure the flat or the straight leg foot, so Spencer's right leg right now, make sure you keep that foot flat on the ground. Don't rock up onto the side of the foot. Sometimes that causes internal rotation of the knee. We're doing shoulder tap push-ups. So tap, tap, push up. I mean this in the nicest way possible. But if you're an athlete and cannot do a push-up, you gotta work on that. Every single athlete in here, we make sure they can do push-ups. If you can't lift your body weight or move your own body weight, why are you doing other exercises with more load, heavier load, if you can't even do your own body weight, right? We use a press to make sure that we can press enough weight, right? But it is all going towards being able to do push-ups. You need to have that relative strength. Final series, we got some mini band work and abs. So we're doing mini band lateral kicks to an iso. So 10 kicks, and then you're gonna hold it out wide for 10 seconds. Make sure the standing leg or the stationary leg, make sure that knee does not come in. Really pull with your hips, open it up. Do not be pulling with your knee. If you need to hold on to the wall for stability, you can. I would prefer if you didn't, but I don't want stability to be a factor in here so that the mini band isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing, if that makes sense. Number 2, we're doing alternating hanging leg raises. So one stays high, the other one goes down, switch back and forth, 20 total. Make sure you don't swing. Really pull through the core. And yeah, final exercise, we're going resistance band circles. So you got resistance band arms extended in the middle of your chest. You guys are gonna be going clockwise and counterclockwise. Stand in a square stance, use your core to stabilize. Don't let that band pull you in. We really appreciate everybody who watches us. Thank you for the support. We actually really like doing YouTube videos, so it's really nice that you guys are so supportive. So thanks for the comments, thanks for the subs. It means a lot to us, so we appreciate it. Make sure to stay tuned at the channel. We got some really big updates coming very, very soon. Give you a little hint. We're winding down on the last videos that will be taken in this gym. So stay tuned for big things. Hit the subs and give the video a like.
Stay tuned.
Thank you.